Hi Twin Flames, welcome to my channel, Queen of Justice XOXO. My name is Michelle and I want to do an extensive review of Oracle and Tarot cards for you. I'm a Twin Flame as well, but you don't have to be a Twin Flame to benefit from my reviews. It's just more geared towards Twin Flames to help them along their journey. I absolutely love and I'm so grateful for my Oracle and Tarot decks. I feel they can be very helpful and a powerful tool for you to use on your path. They can bring you messages from spirit, personal guidance to bring you relief, joy, hope, and hopefully some answers to provide you with what needs to be healed on your journey. I wanted to share my cards with you so that you can get an in-depth review of each deck before you purchase it, because just seeing a couple of the pictures of the cards really doesn't tell the whole story. There are so many more elements involved than just the pictures. I don't want you to waste your money on decks that don't resonate with you and get upset because the deck just didn't meet your expectations once you receive them. Like I have done plenty of times, trust me. I know how exciting it is waiting for them to arrive, and it sucks when they are disappointing, for whatever reason. So hopefully my loss can be your gain, and my videos can help you find the right deck for you, as there are enough things to do on this journey. So let's get started. In this video review, we're going to take a look at the Angels and Ancestor Oracle cards by Kyle Gray. Now, this is, a Hay House production box, so of course it's always snug. I do like on this box, it has nice little affirmations inside the box. It's nice to see that, while you're getting your cards out. Snug fit, as always. But overall, I think it's a great box, nice size for 55 cards in the deck. Really pretty drawings, paintings, whatever you want to call them. And just really vibrant, pretty colors. Let's take a look at the guidebook. Now, the guidebook I'm kind of torn on. It's a nice size guidebook, but the cards are not numbered. They are in alphabetical order, and it does have a table of contents, but let me go over the issue I have with the table of contents. It's kind of a like and don't like thing. So it's broken down into sections, and the sections are sacred ones, let's see what else there is. Guardians and messengers, warrior symbols, seasons. So it is kind of hard to find the card if you are looking in the guidebook, because it is broken up into these sections that you're not really sure as to, obviously the seasons are kind of a little bit obvious, but you might not know where to find it. So it is a little bit time consuming to find the card. And then because the card has several messages in the guidebook, it can be a lengthy read. However, they're not, too bad. Let's take a look at one of these ones. I think here we go. Well, let's read the High Priestess. That's a great one. So let me show you what the guidebook looks like. So I do like that they have a picture of the card. I do like that the cards, don't necessarily need the guidebook. So as this card says, Druid, hold the space. Now that one, not so clear. So I believe you would need the guidebook if you're not reading it intuitively. But the guidebook has a couple different messages. It has a quick little synopsis about the card and then the extended message. So it's not too lengthy, but it can be a little bit long. So let's read the High Priestess. So the High Priestess on the card would say, harness mystic power. So not really a whole lot of description as to what the card is implying. So the message says, align with the light and focus on all things positive. About the card, the High Priestess is the physical embodiment of the divine feminine, the goddess in human form. So I do like that because it kind of explains to you more as to what the card represents. And then there's an extended message. Now, I only read a sentence out of that paragraph, so there is more definition. But the extended message, I'll read a little bit of. You are a mystic with the capacity to connect with the energies that go beyond the human senses. Within you is a force of magic that is directed by your will. So that's great for us feminines to get that card and kind of tell us, the strength and the power that we have. Because sometimes, on this journey, it's a really tough journey. And it's hard to remember how strong we are. So overall, I feel like the guidebook is nice because you definitely want an easy read, and it kind of breaks it down into sections as to what you may want to read. I mean, if you want to read the whole thing, it's obviously going to take you a little bit longer. But I feel with these cards, you definitely are going to need the guidebook for most of them. So let's move on to the cards. let me collect these so you can see how they shuffle as a whole. As I'm doing that, I will describe the material of the cards. They're not too flimsy. They're a little bit thinner. I do like that because I think it helps with the shuffling. They're not so thick. The material is, you know, a smooth matte finish. And I really think that the image on the back of the card is really cute. That's really important to me because, like I say, you always look at that the most. So it's important for me that the image is something nice to look at. And I just think with this owl and the wisdom and everything else, I just think it's a really cute image to look at while you're shuffling. So let's take a look at the shuffling. We will do the horizontal. Try not to do it so loud for you. So beautiful shuffling. Let's do it vertically. For those that like doing it that way. That one is not going to be able to shuffle. You're going to have to shove them in. All right, let's take shuffling vertically this way. So for the most part, because of the material, stag, just going to say. For those who watch Liz on Guided by Angels, talk about the stag all the time in Union. So I will definitely include a link to other twin flame readers that use this deck so that you can see how they shuffle these cards, how they intuitively read them, how they objectively read them. Because with these messages on that card, it's not very clear cut of what the messages may be and what your guides may want you to know. So I really do feel that sometimes watching other readers really can help bring us a message that we necessarily wouldn't see for ourselves, even with the guidebook. So that's always great. So I will include some links in the description box with other twin flame readers. And as you can see, they shuffle pretty nicely. For the most part, I do believe they come out one at a time. Of course, they're not going to flip out now as I'm on camera, but for the most part, I feel like they almost always come out one at a time, which is great because then if they do come out with multiples, then you know there's a reason for it. And I kind of feel on these cards, you really wouldn't need to get two because there's not really anything two that go together. You might have a couple of messages, but not ones that go hand in hand at the same time together. All right, so for the most part, they shuffle very well. So let's take a closer look up at some of them. So we have Stargazer, Set Your Sights Higher. Now here's one of the ones for the seasons. Autumn, Release the Old and Rest. Oracle, Wait for Important Information. So now that's an easy message you wouldn't need the guidebook for. Wise One, Grow within your current situation. Spring, See your seeds grow. Spirit Fox, Trust your talents in changing times. Shapeshifter, Transform and unveil your gifts. Trader, Exchange energy to create abundance. Snake, Shed old skin. Trying to find a good one to end on here. Well, here's the High Priestess. Great one to end on. High Priestess, Harness mystic power. So even though that this message might not be clear for us, but we as Twin Flame Feminines know what the High Priestess card is. And sometimes we need to be reminded that we are the High Priestess because this is a difficult journey and only those that are High Priestesses could survive on this journey. And we need to be reminded of that because, you know, sometimes it can be very lonely and sometimes we don't feel like we have the strength to continue on this journey, but we do. And these cards really help us push through and get us going on that journey. So overall, I would say I would rate this deck 4 out of 4 suits for Twin Flames. I think it's a great deck for Twin Flames. I think it has great messages for things that we need to either work on or that our guides, you know, want us to be aware of or what to look forward to. If you would like to see more of my video reviews with my other decks from my collection, please hit the subscribe button as I have a lot of decks I want to share with you. And ones I like and the ones that I don't like and those in between. Until the next deck, happy shuffling.